Two major news organizations have gone to court to get their hands on Donald Trump's divorce records. Talking here about the New York Times and Gannett, which publishes USA Today and dozens of other newspapers across the country. They are actually initiating legal action to try to get the records, which are usually sealed in a divorce case. This is back in 1990 when Donald Trump was divorced from his first wife, Ivana. Do we really want to go there? Is this really what the presidential campaign should be about? Digging into what was, I covered it at the time in New York, trust me, a very ugly divorce in which a lot of charges and countercharges were thrown around. Now, this is how these organizations justify this unusual legal request. This would resolve an ongoing campaign controversy. Well, people haven't talked about this in months, but there was a story written some months ago about how after the very, very nasty divorce, or during it, and then this came out afterwards, Ivana Trump had said that while, justifying why she wanted a divorce from Donald, that he had once raped her despite the fact that this was a marital rape. But she later came out and sort of retracted that and said she didn't really mean it in the legal sense. And by the way, she now gets along fine with the father of some of her children, and believes that he should be president. So this strikes me as the media just trying to dig up muck. And so here's the further justification by the New York Times and Gannett, saying that this is directly relevant to the issues being debated in the hotly contested presidential campaign. It would be deeply incongruous to American democracy to bar the public from seeing these records. I don't know, this really gives me kind of a sick feeling in my stomach. Is there anything we really can learn from digging up this? And is this the new standard? And by the way, some of these same pundits and media organizations who say, we really shouldn't spend a lot of time going back into Bill Clinton's sexual misconduct and how Hillary Clinton handled it or didn't handle it, or whether she encouraged it and when she defended it, because that's old news and people don't care about that. Well, how much do people care about the fact that Trump admittedly went through a difficult divorce, 25 years ago, more than 25 years ago now? It just seems to me to be an attempt to dig up dirt. It's another example of, Donald Trump, we cover him by different standards, so let's go get the records and see if there's anything juicy there that we can make an issue of. Like I understand, when you run for president, everything is fair game. And I'm not saying that divorce should never be mentioned. The guy's been married 3 times, you want to bring that up in your coverage, fine. But going to court to get the divorce records just seems to me to be something that the press would ordinarily not do in a presidential campaign. And we're back here next week with more after the buzz.